I'm John Hendricks. It's Friday, July 10th. Today, pulling the plug. Why a beloved festival is forced to cancel this year. Also today, a cash advance.
We have our finance department and EMO working through the weekend to put money into your hand.
How Manitobans affected by flooding could be eligible to receive a check. Plus, a new pecking order. How some feathered friends at Assiniboine Park Zoo are settling in. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Marilee is away tonight. The Manitoba government is rolling out several financial measures to help those who are hit by flooding in recent weeks.
We have our finance department and EMO working through the weekend to put money into your hand.
The province will be providing a $500 cash advance to people who have been applied for disaster financial assistance. The Premier says it will be coming by check, along with a letter outlining the DFA process. Wab Canoe also noted people don't have to wait for assistance to start their repairs, hire contractors, or order building materials, but they will need to keep photos and documentation of the work being done. 1,800 applications have already been received from people in the flood areas. The Red Cross will also be in the Swan Valley region and Swan River. Now this week they will be there to help with personal recovery planning.
This personal recovery planning that is available to you and to anyone who's been impacted by the floods this year allows you to sit down with somebody with the expertise to sort through how are you going to plan to manage your finances over the coming weeks. How are you going to maybe cash flow getting your basement repaired?
The service will also be available by phone. The Premier says 5 teams of 25 people from Team Rubicon will be rotating over the coming weeks through the 3rd week of August to help with cleanup in the Swan River Valley. Manitoba is also partnering with the Canadian Red Cross to take in donations that the province will match. Canoe says the total cost of the storms to the province are still being worked out, but it could approach $300 million. Meantime, the flooding, which forced the extended closure of Dawson's Regional Health Center, is also having a ripple effect in the community. It's now affecting its famous and long-running National Ukrainian Festival. In a news release, organizers announced they're pulling the plug on this year's festival, which was scheduled to run from July 31st to August 2nd. Consultations with the City of Dauphin, the RM, provincial and federal officials, and the festival's insurance provider led to the decision to cancel. The news release cites the closure of the health center as a key factor, meaning emergency medical care would not be available immediately if required for festival participants, volunteers, and visitors. The cancellation also affects scheduled festival events at the Silo Festival site and the annual parade in the city of Dauphin. All 2026 passes for the festival, including camping passes and donated ones, can be rolled over and used for next year's event. Federal authorities are asking for your help tracking down a wanted man. 42-year-old Joshua Turner is accused of breaching conditions of his statutory release. Officials say he's known to frequent Winnipeg and Portage-la Prairie in addition to several communities in Ontario. He's described as 5 feet 10 inches tall and 150 pounds with brown hair and hazel eyes. Anyone with information is asked to contact 911 or one of the numbers on your screen. All municipal offices in Winkler remain closed following a cyber attack earlier this week. On Wednesday, the city said it was responding to a cybersecurity incident that was impacting IT systems. It said immediate measures were taken to isolate affected systems and limit additional impact. Now, as a precaution, certain municipal systems were taken offline while the situation is being assessed. Yesterday, Winkler was still working to resolve the situation and decided to close Public Works, City Hall, and the Meridian Exhibition Center administration offices for the remainder of the week. 3 men are facing charges after a local delivery driver was subjected to a terrifying ordeal in 2024. Winnipeg police say the 22-year-old victim was making a delivery to a business in the 300 block of Nairn Avenue when someone put a gun to his head and forced him into the back of an enclosed trailer. He was driven to a storage facility on Notre Dame Avenue while suspects threatened him and his family before being forced to provide access codes to a storage unit. The suspect subsequently stole about $25,000 worth of merchandise. He was eventually dropped off where the whole ordeal began and reported the incident to police. 2 suspects were arrested in Winnipeg in 2024 and 2025, and the final suspect was arrested Monday in Ontario. They range in age from 34 to 43 and now face numerous charges. Instead of 1 twister, the Northern Tornadoes Project says it was actually 3 that formed near Riding Mountain National Park late last month. The organization has confirmed 2 additional tornadoes were generated in the area by the supercell thunderstorm on June 28th. It's the same storm that caused the EF3 tornado near Rossburn. An EF1 tornado left a 330-meter wide, 7-kilometer long path of tree damage near Little Menzie Lake. A second tornado developed a short time later near Roynick Lake, causing EF2 damage. Now, it traveled 6.8 kilometers with a path wide of 440 meters. High-resolution satellite imagery was used to confirm both the new tornadoes. The Assiniboine Park Zoo is welcoming some new faces to its Toucan Ridge exhibit. Congratulations are in order for Scarlet Ibis parents Fifi and Floyd, who recently hatched 2 healthy chicks. The zoo says they are eating well and already practicing short-distance flights in the free flight area of the exhibit. The zoo's animal care team first noticed the parents building a nest in April. Now, despite their name, the chicks are currently sporting black and gray feathers. Their color will begin changing after their second molt. The adorable chicks are ready for viewing now with no baby gifts necessary. CTV's Taylor Brock joins us now with a first look at your Skywatch evening forecast, and those baby birds are currently dealing with some very warm temperatures.
I was going to say, John, it's almost like the opposite of a birthday gift. We actually have an extreme heat warning now for southern Manitoba, including here in Winnipeg, because over the next few days we have quite the sweltering heat wave. On Sunday, temperatures could even feel as hot as 45 with that Celsius degree mark actually around 35. Temperatures are going to remain very, very hot over the next few days and into next week. We'll chat more about that coming up in your Skywatch forecast.
The CTV Live Eye is brought to you by Bath Fitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years.
Right now it is currently at 29 degrees here in downtown Winnipeg, feeling more like 35 with the humidity. Mostly sunny with some light winds with pressure dropping. And taking a look at the traffic across Winnipeg, as you can see on Portage Avenue, things are moving. However, there is construction throughout the city, slowing things down. And since it's Friday, many folks are heading out to the cabin, so be aware that highways can be a little busy.
AI clickbait stories are wreaking havoc on airline travelers. We'll have those details coming up after the break. The unemployment rate in Canada was down slightly for the month of June. It's thanks to the FIFA World Cup and more young people finding summer jobs. BNN Bloomberg's Matt Scooby has the details.
Statistics Canada says the economy added 18,000 jobs last month, mostly in part-time and private sector work. Now, that led to a small dip in the unemployment rate to 6.5%. Economists pointing to young people taking advantage of the openings of bars and hotels when Canada hosted World Cup games. Now, it wasn't all good news. Manufacturing shed 17,000 positions as tariffs continue to weigh on that sector. The Bank of Canada will use the report as its final barometer of the economy ahead of next week's interest rate decision. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar up 8 cents to finish at 70.64 US. West Texas Intermediate off 67 cents, ending at 71.60 a barrel. Western Canadian Select also down slightly to 57.39, and the TSX had a modest gain of 105 points to end the week at 35.37. 305. Those are your business headlines. I'm Matt Scooby.
It's going to be a big weekend in Morris. The Morris Curling Club is celebrating the grand opening of the Asham International Curling Development Center. The state-of-the-art facility offers support for athletes of all skill levels and features year-round ice, video analytics, and professional coaching staff. It's also the home of the Canadian rock thrower, which can quantify the science of sweeping. It's believed to be the only one in North America. It was created a decade ago and was formerly known as the Cargill Curling Training Center. The club is hosting a grand opening tomorrow at 12:30 with representatives from Curling Canada, Curl Manitoba, the mayor, and others. Asham Curling Supplies was named the new title sponsor of the facility in a 10-year deal. President Arnold Asham says it goes a long way towards training local athletes.
Germany, Japan especially, and Korea, a number of those other countries are playing full-time, and if we don't start playing full-time and working with some of the training centers and training, we're not going to win any more world championships or Olympic gold medals, and we feel it's very deserving of our support.
To celebrate, the club is hosting a 2-day grand opening Golfenspiel, which kicked off today. Major airports around the country are warning travelers about AI-generated clickbait travel sites.
What we're worried about is that passengers are going to see this information and that it will ultimately impact their decisions, like arriving at the airport earlier than they need to, canceling or booking a flight.
These sites carry headlines like Canadian air travel gridlock or flight disruptions hit major domestic carriers. Officials say these articles contain misleading information on airports across North America. Travelers are urged to get their information straight from the source using airports and airline sites and apps. She's still the one. A country legend is releasing some new music. We've got your first listen coming up next in Spotlight. Taylor Brock has your spotlight today, and people should get ready to step back into a simpler time.
Which is kind of funny because it's on television. A classic TV show reboot that was actually filmed in our province is now streaming.
Welcome to Independence, Mr. Ingalls.
There's no post office, no church, no school.
What do you think?
So small.
What we wanted, right?
Little House on the Prairie debuted on Netflix Thursday. Although set in the Western American frontier in the 19th century, the 8-episode series was shot in and around Winnipeg, and the filming is actually still happening. The series was renewed for a second season just last month.
I think they'd say this.
I'm curious to see that. Hopefully we'll be able to recognize some of the locations.
Maybe. I mean, fields all look the same.
You would imagine. A heat wave isn't stopping Manitobans from enjoying the weekend, Taylor. It looks like the calendar is looking pretty full. The only question, how can we squeeze it all in?
Using teeny tiny writing, John. Just kidding. In all seriousness, the Winnipeg Folk Festival has returned to Birds Hill Park with over 70 acts on 9 stages. The Triple S Fair and Rodeo bucks into Selkirk. Souris hosts Peacock Days. Buffalo Point on Lake of the Woods has its Buffalo Days. Over in Oak River, the annual Agricultural Fair. The Gilbert Plains Grandview Ag Society is hosting its fair and rodeo. Carmen Country Fair is back for its 146th year. The 50th Prairie Pioneer Days is on in Killarney, and in Winnipeg, Grant's Old Mill celebrates Cuthbert Grant Day. Or you can take a tour of some local gardens on Portage the Prairie's Island Park and in Birtle. Enjoy live music and activities and more. Saturdays on Regent, and Corden Avenue closes to cars and opens to pedestrians Sunday. You can find a full list of these events and more on our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca.
Winnipeg singer Begonia has made the short list for a pretty big award.
Yes, it's for this year's Polaris Music Prize with her album Fantasy Life. Begonia is the stage name of Alexa Dirks. She's one of 10 artists on the shortlist for the award, honoring the best Canadian album based on artistic merit. Quebec microtonal rockers Angine de Poitrin, Halifax R&B and soul artist Aquaculture, and Toronto singer-songwriter Charlotte Kornfeld are among the first-time finalists. The winner of the $30,000 Polaris Music Prize is being announced in September.
Pulling for. Cineplex is reporting some pretty solid results in its second quarter.
Yes, and it's thanks actually to a number of box office draws, maybe also the AC. Cineplex says the debut of Toy Story 5 last month marked its biggest domestic opening weekend of 2026 so far. It helped boost revenue for June to $55.8 million, up from $51.8 million for the same time period last year. The company says there was also strong demand for the latest scary movie title, Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day, not to mention Obsession and Backrooms. The company noted that its combined box office and concession revenue for June topped the mark set in 2019 before the pandemic by 6%.
I saw Toy Story and it was really good, I have to say.
Which one?
Part 5.
Oh, there we go.
I've seen them all.
You're
but
keeping
the
up.
new one, it was very good.
Awesome.
We're getting a preview of Shania Twain's upcoming album.
And get this, John, it's called Lil Miss Twain. You're listening to Faded Blue Jeans, and it features Josh Homme from Queens of the Stone Age on vocals. The song, written by Shania, apparently references one of her own teenage relationships and reflects on the unwavering belief that young love could last forever. Wonder who that's about, John.
I have no idea. All right, thanks so much, Taylor.
Your Friday primetime lineup starts at 7 with Spring Break Murders. Crime Scene Investigators comes next at 8, and at 9, catch Boston Blue. It's all right here tonight on CTV. Right now in Winnipeg, it is currently 29 degrees Celsius, feeling more like 35 with the humidity. Light winds, and we are seeing a few clouds in the sky. Traffic-wise, not seeing a whole lot going on. Smooth driving so far.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon.
CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Mother Nature certainly is bringing the heat to us here in Manitoba. We are currently under actually a heat warning in Manitoba. To the south, though, further north, actually, we've got something else going on because of the wildfires in the area. There continues to be that air quality advisory. However, the area has shrunk a little. No longer are we seeing it covering most of the northern border of Manitoba. Just this region here to the west of Churchill, but Churchill's not under that warning. But the rest of Manitoba is under a different one. I'll move to the side here so we can take a look. So we are seeing that the orange spots is really where we are going to be feeling the heat here in Manitoba, including places like Dauphin, as you mentioned a little earlier in the show with that heat. Brandon, Winnipeg, and of course folks at Winnipeg Folk Festival are going to be feeling warm temperatures. Even on Sunday could feel as hot as 45, so really sweltering temperatures. Make sure, folks, if you are heading out for any reason, you're staying safe, staying hydrated, because that's some very serious heat. Taking a look tonight and this evening, we are going to be seeing some showers in the two different corners of Manitoba, actually, including the southwest and the northeast, which could bring with it a thunderstorm. Watch this system here push into Manitoba and kind of break off a little. It does get to its strongest just before tomorrow morning, right along the border, before it pushes through central Manitoba, with the system kind of splitting a little. We'll watch this move further up. However, a bit of a lag is going to drop a little further into southern Manitoba and northwestern Ontario, while further north it continues to feel those showers showers pretty much most of the weekend off and on. And on Sunday, actually, it's not the end of it for folks in the west. There is a chance of some heavier rainfall as well throughout the early hours of the morning on Sunday, along with that heat. Tonight in Winnipeg, 18 degrees is the coolest it'll get as we see a partly cloudy sky. Tomorrow morning, lots of sunshine, but haze because of the heat. Tomorrow, temperatures will reach its hottest of 34 degrees Celsius. Winds a bit stronger at 30 kilometers an hour. And taking a look at that long-range forecast, I'll move to the side here if that sunshine doesn't blind you. We do see, actually, along with the sunshine, as mentioned, very hot temperatures. 36 degrees as the expected high on Sunday, feeling more like 45 with the humidity. The same thing, actually, on Monday. So if folks are heading out to the cabin or wanting to spend some time outdoors, limit that. Don't do any extra physical activity really for the next week. As you can see, very hot, dangerously hot even temperatures. While that heat warning is on just until about midweek for us here. As you can see, temperatures still on Thursday very hot at 28 degrees. So again, if you are planning on heading outside, stay safe. Taking a look over in Thompson, where they had their own weather to deal with severe thunderstorms a little earlier, in the week. This is the shot of the MTS building with the tree falling down. And this one, a little bit of a treat for us of these two adorable bears in Sprague climbing a pole. Thanks to Aaron for sending this one in. And you can send your weather photos to winnipegweather@ctv.ca.
Skywatch Weather Pick of the Day brought to you by Provivo, Winnipeg's first and only longevity medicine clinic. Redefining health, performance, and aesthetics. Provivo.com.
Would you like to own a piece of Taylor Swift's New York City wedding? Well, they're up for sale, but before you say yes, you should know that the pieces were garbage.
Picking up garbage around Madison Square Garden as close as you would have gotten, so you can be here in spirit and carry around a piece of their wedding day in your pocket.
This is Justin, and this is what he does. He collects garbage from the streets of New York, often during special events, and then he sells it online. And in this case, the Swifties are buying. They've been purchasing tiny pieces of garbage from Taylor's big day. The trash includes an eaten ring pop, cigarette butts, caution tape, and even one AirPod that was collected near Madison Square Garden on the day of their wedding. Justin says he's already made more than $1,200 so far selling the wedding trash. And I know, Taylor, you picked up a small piece. Is that correct?
Hold on, I didn't have to deal with for my own Taylor's wedding.
Oh, that's which one I was thinking.
I'd give it away for free.
Well, contact us here at the station and she'll make you a deal. See you guys at 6 o'clock.